Hi, welcome to the introduction for the zoo project for Anthro101. I am working from home, so you'll hear my dogs in the background. First of all, what I want you to do is make sure that you have the zoo project printed up and in front of you as we review it. The first page is a page of introduction. It will tell you how to purchase your college study pass by going to the guest relations booth at the San Diego Zoo, presenting them with $15 and your San Diego State ID. And then you are to also pick up a map on the way in. Remember, the college study pass is good for 4 months, so you can go back as many times as you want with that single ticket for 4 months. So that should take you well into the summer. Make sure that once you're there, you go and find the different primates. Look at the different primates before you settle on one. You might see the orangs and decide right away, oh, I want to really look at these orangs, this is really great, but that's a busy exhibit. And you might want to find something that's kind of off the beaten path and a little quieter so that the primates exhibit more of a natural behavior. Remember, you're watching primates in captivity, not in the wild. I know in class I talked about chasing monkeys through the forest. You're not going to have to do that. They're going to be right in front of you. So you're going to want to take short glances. Don't stare at them. That's seen as a threat. I like to wear sunglasses. That way they can't really see where my eyes are focused, and it makes them a little more relaxed. Be sure and copy down a lot of the information that you are required to have from the information boards around the various exhibits. You're going to be at that exhibit for more than an hour, so make sure you have water or a soda with you, a little snack maybe, and make sure that you have also a watch with you or some type of timing device. You're going to have to look at the primates every 60 seconds once you start your individual observation, so that would also be beneficial to take with you. Get yourself seated and then begin your 20-minute observation of the troop. During this time, you're going to look at the interaction between the members of the troop. You're going to try to decipher whether the individuals are male, female, how many they are, how many are juveniles. Try to determine the sex of the juveniles if you can, and watch the interactions between the different species or between the individuals of the same species. You're also going to take and record information about the exhibit itself, so make sure that you look at it from all angles. You might want to take photographs because later on then you can recall many of the things that maybe you didn't have a chance to copy down when you were there. If you would like, you can also do videotaping of the primates so that you can look at the behaviors again. But that's not necessary, and it's not necessary to include photographs with your primate assignment. That's nice, we enjoy them, but it's not necessary. So for the first 20 minutes, like I said, you're going to be watching the troop as a whole, and you're going to be taking copious notes about the behaviors that they're exhibiting. So you're going to be writing lots and lots of information. Therefore, it would probably be good to have an extra few pieces of paper with you. The next 40 minutes after your 20 minutes of observation, recording how they're interacting with one another, how they're acting in their environment, how they're reacting to things outside of their environment or within their environment, if they're at the top of the exhibit in the trees or on the ground, if they're drinking water or eating, if they're interacting with keepers, and how they are behaving. Those are all things you're going to want to note. Your observations for 20 minutes should come to at least 1 page typed, so that's kind of a guideline that I give you. Then for the next 40 minutes, you're going to be using that checklist that's there. That's the last page. It says 1 to 20. That's not the number of minutes. That's the number of times you observed a particular behavior that an individual is doing during the 40 minutes that you're observing them. So you're going to have at least 40 check marks, and usually I find that people have between 50 and 60 check marks as a general rule, because the animal will be sitting and eating at the top of the minute. 60 seconds later, you're going to check what the animal is doing now, the individual animal that you're choosing to observe. If you choose the dominant male, what is he doing? Is he grooming a female? Is he being groomed by a female? That would be grooming. If he's grooming himself, it would be auto-grooming. You're also going to notice that there are words like prone, which is laying down. Walking would be equal to locomotion. So if he's walking on 4 feet, you're going to put, quadrupedal locomotion. If they're in the tops of the trees, you're going to make note of that. If they are presenting, not present, it says it says present on there, and see, people think that it means present, meaning are they in the enclosure itself. But it's actually present, which is meaning that they are showing their genitals for display or for inspection purposes. Mounting would be for one of three purposes. That's also listed on that checklist of things. Mounting could be for greeting. It could be for dominance, like what you see usually with dogs when they mount the hindquarters of another dog, or it could be for breeding purposes. So you might want to make note of which type of behavior this is. There are also some areas for other, and that could be like nursing, copulation. That could be for, in the case of Karen, the orangutan, she tends to roll around on the ground a lot. And so I want you to make sure that you would note that. So other is for your discretion, whatever you would like to put there that you observed and you found interesting. So again, back to the checklist, you're going to look at the top of, I've got this dog here. You're going to look at the top. Here he is. I'll show him to you. This is Moritz. Say hi, Moritz. Yes, you're a good boy. Yes, you are. All right. He wants to be in the film. So what you're going to do is you're going to be watching the primates for 40 minutes in an individual from the troop. So if you're going to watch My Pack of Animals and you're going to watch Moritz for 40 minutes, you're going to write down everything that he does for that 40 minutes. So if he is begging for food, for instance, like he's doing now, begging for attention, we'd write begging on there. You'd check begging at the top of a minute. Next, he'll probably go into the kitchen to get a drink of water. At the top of the minute, if he's drinking, you'd put drinking. Unfortunately, he's trying to climb up on my lap right now, which would be not really mounting, but again, probably begging for attention. And you're going to be, again, watching these animals for 40 minutes and checking what they're doing every 60 seconds. In between that time, you're going to be writing notes about what is going on, how they're interacting with the troop, what's going on with the visitors, what's going on in the environment. Are they being disturbed by something? A lot of times a bird will fly into the exhibit and everybody will get very excited about it, and they might even chase it around. I've seen the primates eating birds, for example, wild-caught birds, and that's really an interesting sight. What are the, and if you see people teasing them, tell them to stop. Just speak up, be bold, and tell them to stop, because these animals are captive and they can't get away from them. Anyway, we will be discussing it a little bit in class. Make sure that you look it over, and before spring break, make sure that you ask me questions about it. It will be due I think it's the week of the 22nd. So be sure and make sure it's turned in that week. And let me know if you have any questions. April 22nd, that is. Let me know if you have any questions. And be sure to ask those questions during class, because other members of your class will have those same questions. And I want to be sure to clarify it for you. But I thought that this might be a good way to not use a lot of class time, and that you could review it. And make sure that you have the proper equipment that you need to go, and make sure that you have a great time at the zoo. We have a wonderful zoo. Use your pass more than once. Please go back numerous times. We have a lot of animals and plant species that are found only in their native habitats around the world. So our plant collection is actually worth more than our animal collection. So if you like plants and you like terrain, it's a wonderful zoo. It's a great zoo for exercise, and the churros are okay. So I hope you have a great time and enjoy the assignment. I will see you in class.